Testing 1 2 3. Yeah, that volume. That looks good. I'm making a video with this new open broadcaster software. It looks pretty sweet. I've got almost no performance impact, so I figured I'd try out Kerbal Space Program. I'll show one of my less successful missions. This was my first test of a xenon-powered probe. I sent it out with plenty of fuel. Unfortunately, bugger all in the way of power. So you can see up here, the electric charge bar shows how much power is available, and you can see it's charging up fairly rapidly. So now that my batteries are full, the two radiothermal generators here are putting out 1 unit of power per unit time, and that charges up these wee batteries here, so they're at full. But the moment I turn the ion thruster on, which draws doesn't show how much power it's drawing, but as you can see, it drains the power like hell, so I can only thrust for a little while and then I'm out of power again. So I've got crap loads of fuel but no power to run it. So I've just sort of left that one orbiting the sun forever as a monument to my failure. It was originally supposed to go to Eve. After a bit of experimentation and some really painful orbit adjustment, I managed to get something into Eve's orbit. I do recall it being in a more polar orbit than what that showed, but I think it might be just polar enough to scan most of the planet. I'm running the ISA MapSat plugin, which lets me scan the surface of the planet, look for anomalies and terrain details and such. Unfortunately, I discovered after I launched it, that there are no anomalies on Eve, so there was little point in sending a probe out. This one's got 3 honkin' great solar panels on it, and 6 times as much fuel, and 3 generators on the back, and tons of batteries. Needless to say, this was mega heavy, so it took a very long time to do anything at all. It wasn't really a great design, and yeah, something odd is happening. I thought I burned up almost all of the fuel on this one, but maybe I didn't save it or something. But yeah, I got the data, so sweet. So in general, you send up a probe and you scan a planet and look for interesting stuff, and then you send down a rover to explore the planet. And so I managed to land a rover on Eve. It was a bit tricky, but I got it. So here it is, a sweet little rover. It can trundle along. No, it can't. What's going on? Why can't I move? I've got power. Go. It's very strange. I can twist the wheels, but I can't make them go forward or backwards. Throttle? Well, mysterious. Maybe it's stuck in the ground or something? I don't know. But I put this little leg on the back, so if it flips upside down it can right itself, which I've had to use a couple times. You know, you're going too fast, you hit a crater and flip out. Yeah, it's pretty... my brakes are on. Right, I'll turn my brakes off. Away! Right, so it's got a docking port on top because it was dropped off by a spider-like descent stage. So it just chuffed down and dropped it off the bottom like a Curiosity on Mars. The brakes on. Gotta remember to turn those brakes off in the future. For some reason I can't go back to the Space Center. Time warp a little bit. Alright, it's going. Ah, I'm throttled up. Okay. Can't be throttled up. What else have I accomplished? My space station. Nothing overly fancy. It's on the dark side of the... No. Yep, no, it's on the dark side. Fortunately, I put some lights on it. Very impressive. got quantum struts on the docking ports to reinforce the dockitude of anything that comes along. We've got this little tug with heaps of RCS on it, so I can go in and pick up stuff and dock it more easily. We've got a couple. Let me time accelerate into the sun. Well, not into the sun, but into the sunlight. There we go. Now we can see it. Now we can turn those lights off. Save power. So it's got some big solar panels here. You can see that they are attached to this module here that clips onto the side of this crew compartment here. Heaps of RCS. And I've got a couple of these escape modules up here that are basically just re-entry boxes with separatrons on them, so it's just enough power to deorbit. So if need be, I can get my dudes into these and deorbit and then pop the parachutes, like escape modules, I'm sure. Jormney and Bob appreciate that down here. It's named Alex 2. Alex being my son's name, and 2 because I launched Alex 1 into orbit around the moon and then accidentally deleted it. So, yeah, that wasn't very smart. But the quantum struts work really well. Like ordinarily, if you put a big rocket on the back here and you just have the docking ports, then it tends to squish or stretch them and ruin your day. But with the quantum struts there, it makes everything much more sturdy, which is cool. So yeah, I clicked End Flight instead of Space Center and accidentally deleted Alex 2, which is no fun. I've got a rover on Minimus. That's not much of an accomplishment. Minimus is probably the easiest planet to get onto, the easiest celestial body to get onto. It's not a planet, it's a moon. But I landed a fair way from my destination. I scanned the moon beforehand and determined that I wanted to get up and have a look at this anomaly here. But I ran out of fuel when I was descending, so I didn't get a chance to land very close. And I've got this giant hill to drive up, so I'm not overly inclined to do that. I'll probably just send it on the mission and drop it off closer. But as you can see, it's the same design. With the handy dandy flippy upside down leg. On low gravity bodies, you can use the inertial gyros of your command module to flip stuff over usually, but legs are handy in extremis. And I think that's just about it. I got a rover on the moon, but everyone's got a rover on the moon. Oh, I do have the first rover I ever sent out. There's a little terrible disaster of a rover. I've snapped off one of the solar panels. I broke it somehow. Yeah, broken. Oh no, I'm rolling. But I dropped this one down into a crater and it rolled along, picked up quite a lot of speed. But this is the one rover that I did actually manage to get somewhere interesting. I sent it up to an anomaly on the moon, and went and checked that out. It was good fun. But I used the smaller wheels, and so it doesn't have much in the way of shock absorption. And it skates around horribly on low gravity worlds. No RTGs, so if the sun goes down or if I break the solar panel, then it's all over. Ah, that's it. Let's see how gigantic this recording is. Bye.